At least 14 killed, another 17 wounded. Up to 3 gunmen in military-style outfits attacked a social services complex in Southern California today, then fled. It happened in San Bernardino, a city of more than 200,000 people, about 60 miles east of Los Angeles. Hours later, officers shot it out with suspects in a dark SUV. Local TV showed the windows shot out and a body in the street with what appeared to be a rifle nearby. A second person was pulled from the vehicle, and police traffic said a third was in custody. Police did not immediately confirm that the two incidents are related. But joining us now on the phone is Arash Ghadishah, a NewsHour contributing producer who is at the scene. Arash, tell me what it is that you see from where you are.
Gwen, I'm just outside the police blockade of the incident that you're describing. It's on Mountain View Boulevard, our location, just a block away from San Bernardino Boulevard. There are 5 or 6, I count, San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department officers. They have guns drawn, and they had their guns aimed at the area that has been blocked off. Farther down the road, we're seeing more than a dozen police vehicles closer to the incident. We can't get any closer than this, but there were helicopters flying overhead. I think that had some of the better views of the incident. And now those choppers have mostly backed off, but the media has started to gather around this blockade, thinking that maybe this incident perhaps coming to some kind of closure.
Have any officials on the scene confirmed any of the details of how many people are in that vehicle, whether any of them are alive or dead, or whether this is even connected to what we saw earlier?
Gwen, from my position, I have good visibility on sort of the active situation, but bad overall visibility on the situation. It's very active, and we are listening to police scanners and getting some reports, but I don't have anything definitive from my position on what's happening at this moment.
But it is definitely not concluded. Whatever is happening is still underway from what you can see.
Yes, I think this was anticipation that more than anything else. As we pulled up to the location, several police cars and larger police vehicles drove away very quickly towards this location. We followed, and it seems that all the attention here is focused on this for now. Whether it's accurate or not, we'll find out.
Okay, well, we will find out as much as we can shortly. I know. Thank you for being on the scene for us, Arash Ghadishah. Now, the late-day events in San Bernardino followed long hours of tension and terror that began with the country's latest mass shooting. It was late morning when heavily armed police and others raced toward Inland Regional Center, moments after the alarm sounded.
Currently, the subject is still inside the business, 1365 South Waterman. It's in building number 3. Possible active shooter. Male in black clothing. He's still firing rounds.
The Social Services Center is one of 21 that's run by the state, serving people with developmental disabilities.
Preliminary information indicates that these are people that came prepared, that they were dressed and equipped in a way to indicate that they were prepared, and they were armed with long guns, not handguns. They came prepared to do what they did as if they were on a mission.
Marcos Aguilera said his wife was inside the building when the shooting started.
She said the guy came in next to her office and I guess started shooting. They locked themselves in her office. They seen bodies on the floor, and she said right now ambulance are taking people out in stretchers.
SWAT teams descended on the facility, and employees and others walked out with their hands in the air, while the wounded were wheeled away on gurneys, and triage centers were set up on roadways nearby. As the afternoon wore on, dozens of police blocked nearby streets and joined the manhunt. Later, President Obama told CBS News that the San Bernardino assault reinforces yet again the need for steps to stop mass shootings.
We should come together in a bipartisan basis at every level of government to make these rare as opposed to normal. We should never think that this is something that just happens in the ordinary course of events, because it doesn't happen with the same frequency.
We get the latest now from Ryan Carter, city editor with the San Bernardino Sun. Ryan, what can you tell us about what has happened in this ongoing situation right now with the truck that seems to have fled the scene?
Yes, well, we're basically riveted, as the nation is, on what's happening. I mean, we basically know that there were two active scenes where they were looking for suspects. And in one of those scenes, not far actually from our newsroom here, there was the shootout, and that SUV ended up bullet-riddled with one suspect down. I think they had another suspect and one other suspect still outstanding. And that led to another scene, also not far away here in the city, where there's this active investigation going on right now.
Let's back up a little bit and tell me a little bit about the Center for People with Developmental Disabilities and the Inland Regional Center. Tell us about how many people were there and who goes there. What kind of services are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about a social services center that serves a large population from the surrounding counties of Riverside and also within San Bernardino County. These are individuals with developmental disabilities. The center itself employs about 670 some odd people. We're not exactly sure how many were actually staffed at the center. But we know that it was a busy day, a busy day coming off Thanksgiving week, and there was a lot going on there today. And
just to update once again, this is about 7 p.m. Eastern time. No suspects, as far as we know, are under arrest. No weapons have been recovered, and terrorism has not been ruled out. When the police chief talks about a prepared attack. Ryan? Correct. Yeah. That's right. So they have not ruled out terrorism, but they're not saying this is terrorism. The mayor and the police chief both stopped short of that, although the mayor left no doubt that it indeed was a form of domestic terrorism. We know that at least one suspect was hit in the gunfire exchange with police, and that at least one may still be outstanding. Okay, Ryan Carter, the city editor of the San Bernardino Sun, thank you very much.